Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And you might remember a couple of months ago I tried thermoplastic and the video didn't particularly go very well, mainly because I bought the wrong plastic. You fool! And one of you left a comment on that video, I can't remember who it was, saying which plastic it is that I meant to buy or that I should have really bought in the first place. And it's this stuff. It's called WORBLA, and I have a feeling this is the stuff that I originally meant to buy, but for some reason I bought something completely different. That's why I struggled with it. This should be thermoplastic plastic. I should be able to heat this up, no problems. If I've bought the wrong thing a second time, I'm not even posting this video, I'm going to delete it. Okay, so I've bought a little starter pack and it has 6 different kinds in this pack. We've got a black one, a transparent, a pearly, a meshed, and a cobra cast. A lot of it's in a different language, so I'm struggling to figure out what it is, but you can get it in different kinds of finishes and colours. So this should be interesting. Right, so we have like a bit of a brown one. That's weird as well. It's kind of shiny on this side and then very matte on this side. We've also got a black one, which has a very similar consistency to that. We have a clear version. We have a white version, which seems very thick.
That's what she said.
We have this one, which feels very kind of soft and flexible. It's similar to the brown one, but a little bit less rigid than this one. And then we also have this one, which is like a mesh. Already I can tell I've bought a different thing, so that's good.
You think?
What does it say in this little instruction booklet? I don't know because it's all in German.
20 Wiederholungen mit ungefähr 300 Pfund.
I have seen people use it before and they just kind of warm it up and then they're able to mold it and stuff. Tell you what I'm going to try and do first. I'm going to try and make like a little mushroom. I think that'll be cute. Cut a little bit of this brown one off. I haven't necessarily planned anything. I just kind of wanted to play around with it and see if it'll inspire us to actually do anything with it. I could do with something to grip it because it's going to burn us. Right, I have pliers and safety gloves. Look at me being all professional. Let me heat this up first and see if it's actually going to do what I want it to do. Oh wow, okay, that heated up very, very quick. Oh my god, look at that. It just went so flexible. Interesting. Because I'm trying to make this like the stalk of the mushroom. Oh, what? That is so cool. So it proper sticks to each other too. This is what I wanted. This is fun. This stuff you could do so many cool things with. It's unreal. I know it's just like a little tester, but that's already kind of connected. You could even say that was like a paddle or something, couldn't you? But that almost turns into... I'm trying to think of the word, or the phrase, or how to describe it. It almost turns it into like a moldable piece of plastic, obviously. But like a kind of glue thing, it connects to each other, but also it doesn't get molten hot to the point where you can't touch it. So you can still touch this and kind of shape it and stuff, and it's not going to burn you. Ooh, this could have so many really cool applications. Let's just try to do the other side. Oh, it gets really fragile. I think I've just broke it a little bit. Yeah, I have. You can easily snap it. You have to be careful not to overheat it because it does get ridiculously soft. It almost turns it into a glue. It doesn't feel like plastic anymore. But look at that. If we think about that as like a little stalk, this could be so cool for like miniature model making, like making little kind of scenery and all sorts of stuff. So I've got 2 little stalks there. You know what? I want to use some white. What happens if we cut a circle out and then heat this up dead quick? And then just take our stalk, and I just want to kind of mold it onto here and try not to pierce the actual head. I don't know whether this is actually going to look like a mushroom. It doesn't look like a mushroom at all, but look what you can actually do with it. And they're actually stuck together too. I think if the obviously proportions were a little bit better and the stalk wasn't as massive, that would look like a little mushroom, wouldn't it? No. Wow, this is such a cool material. This is what I wanted to use. I don't know what I want to make though. That's the problem. Let's see what other people have made. Oh, okay, wow. So people have made some really ambitious stuff. So people have used like a lot of kind of parts and built like outfits from it and stuff, which is really interesting. They use it a lot on cosplay, which makes sense really. I don't have enough of it. By the way, this stuff was quite expensive. So I can imagine like the bigger sheets would be really expensive. Let me try and make like some sort of bracelet. Because we tried to make a bracelet last time. We did that belly button one and it looked awful. Shall I try the clear? Will that wrap around? Bear with. I'm going to heat this entire clear bit up and we're going to try and make some sort of like cool bangle. gonna leave that and try and let it cool down and see if it'll keep the shape. I think this is the kind of material where you would really experiment with it and just kind of do loads of different stuff and then kind of work out what works best for you and what techniques work best for you. It's the kind of thing actually that I think it would have a lot of different techniques. You could do a lot of different things to get different results. So you could like imprint with it, cut bits out, join bits. It's a kind of material that feels like the possibilities are endless really. It's quite difficult to make something when you don't know what you want to make.
Okay.
If you have like an idea, say a headpiece.
I'm gonna spread the legs as wide as I can.
Then get some of this stuff and then just kind of play around with like an actual head form. That could be really fun, couldn't it? Just gonna see if this is actually gonna keep the shape. It's still very hot. I'm just reading up a little bit more on this, and apparently the shiny side, which I was talking about, and then you've got the duller side. The shiny side is slightly more adhesive, so apparently the shiny side's better for like sticking it to stuff, whereas the duller side isn't as good. Apparently you can use a hairdryer as well for this, but it's not as good to use a hairdryer. Heat your wobbler with a heat gun until it is soft, sticky and pliable.
What does that mean?
Oh, so they're taking it to the extreme. Well, you can turn this into just like a blob of nothing. Right, Worbla sheet products except Transp Art, which I think this is the Transp one because obviously it's transparent. Used commonly for sculpting, molding, reinforcing and flat shapes. Simply heat your wobbler with a heat gun until it is soft, sticky and pliable. Blend pieces together to form a clay, then shape and sculpt as you would a stiff clay.
Very sexy.
Oh, I wasn't going to use it like that. Oh. So hang on a second. So I can heat one of these up till it's literally a blob of nothing and then sculpt it that way. Alright, I guess I'll try that. I may as well. What would look nicer than this? I think maybe it's black. Shall we try and add some black spikes to this and do like a black spiky wristband? Oh, fun. I'm going to try and turn this into a clay, like what they said in there. I suppose that kind of went to a clay, didn't it? Oh, I'm excited.
And I just can't hide it.
I'm wondering whether to put something down on my table. I feel like I'm going to burn my table. I'll just use a bit of a cake tin. I know it's black on black, so you won't be able to see it, but that's all I have. I'm just wondering, maybe this is a bit too big of a piece to kind of mould it into one blob of clay. Maybe you're supposed to just take small parts of it off. It gets really bloody hot though. Say I want like a little bit of this and then I can just, oh my god, this is so fun. I can literally just turn it into like a little spike, can't I? It's hot, but it's not unbearably hot. Like I can touch it. Oh, you've given me a material that like, gets us excited.
Yeah, spank me.
You know I like materials and discovering new materials, and this is very new to me and this is really, really exciting. Look at that. So I've just made like a cute little plastic spike and it was so easy to make too. And then I suppose what I could do, I think I can just stick it on with heat. That's well stuck on too. Are you kidding? Oh my god, you could imagine, like, say I made a dagger like that. I could have like a dagger bracelet and just like proper like slash people. It's like a full like cosplay thing, isn't it? This is fun. Oh. Okay, well I know what I'm making now. I'm making a spiky bracelet. This might be my new favourite thing. You know how foam clay was my new favourite thing? I think Worbla thermoplastic might be my new favourite thing.
Here we go.
Okay, so I've got my cute little goth. I suppose it would be goth. Oh, they've just fallen off. Oh, well they're not stuck on very well at all. They've all just came off. Maybe it doesn't stick to this material. Give us a second, I'm gonna super glue them back on and then I'll show it off. I think because this is a different plastic to kind of this stuff, they don't mesh. Whereas if I'd made the band out of this and connected these to this, I think it would have connected. Okay, I don't have any super glue.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna have to use hot glue, which isn't ideal, but you know, us crafters, we make things work. We have to. We always have to have a plan B or a plan C. And I think the good thing about stuff like this as well is if you do make a mistake, say that spike was a little bit off, you can easily just get your heat gun, blast it, and then reshape it. So it's not like the end of the world if you make like a little mistake. I think this stuff as well, it'd be kind of cool to just make some like little beads, or I know people have made really ambitious costumes with this stuff, but it can easily be used for like little things too. You don't have to make impressive like head sculptures and armor pieces and all that kind of stuff. Like I was thinking what it would be quite good for is people who make doll houses, because there are a lot of people who take dollhouse making very seriously. This stuff would be really good for something like that. You can make little teacups, little chairs, like windowsills. You could do all sorts with it. Even like the clear stuff, you could make proper windows and it could be like a sheet of glass. Right, fix that. Took 2 seconds. Oh, don't I look rock hard? Oh, you wouldn't want to mess with us, would you? I'd punch your lights out. I'd punch your lights out and then bite your ear off. I feel like I've just stereotyped goths. I think goths are very gentle people, actually. I don't think they go around punching people and biting people's ears off. But it feels very kind of early 2000s goth. Can you remember when we were all really obsessed with transparent stuff? Like transparent chairs and everything. It's given that kind of vibe, isn't it? Well, I think we can all say this is a much bigger improvement from the awful belly button bracelet I made last time. And I also made a cute little mushroom. If you've never come across thermoplastic, this WORBLA stuff, I would highly recommend getting some and just have a play around with it. If you have heard of it before and you've used it before, let us know what you've made. I'd be very interested. I think people who make Warhammer, this would be good for you as well. And like set pieces and everything. Fab stuff. Love it. So I think that just about does it for today's successful video of trying out thermoplastic. It's about time. It only took us 2 attempts. But if you did enjoy it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you next week for a brand new video. Oh, I'm happy I've actually got my hands on what I wanted to get my hands on. This is really cool stuff. I think because I've got a background in like sculpting and sculpture, and I did a lot of sculpture in my art degrees and in college and everything. Stuff like this would come in so handy. I know you could get similar results with like clay, but the problem is if you did something like this with clay, it's going to be quite heavy and it's going to be more breakable. Whereas this is plastic and plastic's quite strong and it's got like a bit more give in it. And it's more fixable as well. Say you broke one off or anything, you could get the heat gun back out and just kind of redo it. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you to whoever told us which one the right one was. I kind of want to make armor pieces now. I've gone from like little tiny crappy spiky jewelry pieces to like I want to make full-on armor sets. That's how my brain works. And then I would end up trying to make the armor set and it would look awful.